Coronavirus cases are creeping up in Virginia. 15% of tests are coming back positive. Today, the health department reported 3,300 new infections, and right now, more than 400 people are in the hospital. That's up 30 patients in the last 24 hours alone. And it's not just Virginia seeing a rise in cases. Health officials say the U.S. could see another summer surge.
The White House today warning parts of the country to consider masking up indoors again. Sarah Hammond tells us more.
1/3 of the country should consider implementing indoor masking again. That's the latest advice from federal health officials.
Hospitalization and death in the U.S. are climbing only very gradually, despite substantial rises in cases, suggesting that the average case of COVID-19 is becoming milder.
Dr. David Dowdy with Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health says that shows immunity is growing in the community, not necessarily that the variants are getting milder.
But cases are going up again. People are still dying of COVID, and we can't rule out the possibility of a major wave in the coming months.
CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky says deaths have dropped, but the U.S. is still averaging 275 COVID-19 related deaths per day. That number comes as the country hit 1 million deaths just last week. During the first White House COVID-19 briefing in weeks, COVID-19 response coordinator Dr. Ashish Jha says the U.S. is adding about 100,000 cases per day.
What is primarily driving that is these incredibly contagious subvariants.
As for the progress of getting vaccines for children under 5, both Drs. Jha and Anthony Fauci say the FDA now has all of the data from Moderna's vaccine, and they're going through it as we speak.
They are totally aware of the fact that this is a pressing problem.
Dowdy says as people take their summer trips, it's important to remember COVID-19 isn't going away and we're not out of the pandemic phase yet. Although he says we are in a much better place than we were 2 years ago. Sarah Hammond, 13 News Now.
And you can now get your hands on more COVID-19 tests from the White House. The Biden administration says covidtest.gov is open for a third round of orders. Each household in the U.S. can get 8 more kits. So far, more than 8 million households have requested them.